What's up, guys? Welcome back to the Morning Brew podcast. I'm your host, Kayla, and I interview creatives every other week to get you the human experience behind the art. Before we get started, the podcast is now available on 5 different platforms: Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Amazon Music, iHeart, and YouTube. Make sure you're following on whatever platform you listen on, and check out the YouTube channel and Instagram for exclusive content. Today's episode is special because I'm joined by my 2 new friends, TJ and LYNZI, who make up the incredible band PixiePunk. Welcome to the show. I'm glad you guys are interested in joining, and we've already been chatting for a good while here. But for the listeners, what are your names and where are you from?
What's your name?
I'm TJ. I'm originally from New York.
And I'm LYNZI. I'm from Texas.
There you go.
And I've got some rapid fire questions for you guys just to get to know you as people a little bit more. What song do you have on repeat right now?
Ooh.
Oh my gosh, we're bad at rapid fire. We're really, really bad. We're so slow fire. What song do you have on repeat, Tej?
Song on repeat. I mean, Build Me Up Buttercup. Like, I'd say that's the song I go.
I was not expecting you to say that.
Not the answer I was thinking of.
Anything Mumford & Sons, I listen to way too much.
Incredible.
Yeah. Build Me Up Buttercup, how cute. What a cute little answer.
That's super cute.
Yeah, I mean, like, whenever I'm cooking or something, that's what I put on, you know? But frankly, too, I mean, we listen to, like, mostly our music, I'll be honest. Like, it's like, as an artist, I think it's like, you start making because you want to hear it, and then it kind of becomes your playlist a little.
Yes. Well,
so,
we write a lot, so like.
Yeah, so it's like, what's on
we're
repeat?
listening to the new song we just wrote like 50 times.
What is an irrational fear that you have?
Oh, so many. Good.
A lot. I've got a lot of anxiety.
What's like the weirdest one?
Okay, so like when I'm like somewhere really high up, like a balcony, overlooking whatever. Like, his mom has a place with a beautiful balcony, beautiful view. But when I'm on the balcony, I just have this, like, weird fear that, like, somehow I'm going to just jump off. You know what I mean? Like,
no,
I
totally have that.
I don't want to.
Is it the, like, intrusive thought?
Yeah,
of, like,
it's an intrusive
what if
thought
I,
of, like, what if I accidentally took off running and
Not the running start.
fell off this building? And then it makes me so sweaty and scared.
I hate to break it to you. I don't know if it's an accident if you get a running start.
Exactly. So that I would say, yeah, well, it's very irrational. It's very irrational. How about you, Tej?
Oh, man. I don't know. I think I always used to say this when I was a kid. I think it was like I was always scared that a blimp would land on me, and that would be the way that I would go. But I think I used to just say that. Like, I think it used to get a rise out of people. You know, so that's the most irrational.
Like the
fear.
Goodyear blimp?
Yeah, like, you know, you're just walking, like, you see this blimp above.
I forgot about this.
That's so.
He's dead serious. Like,
That's incredible.
Yeah.
I believe, after talking to you, I believe that. So.
Yeah.
All right, and then last rapid fire. Other than music, what's your favorite pastime?
Fishing.
Oh, that's nice.
Are you a fishing girly?
Yeah, I love fishing.
Please teach me. I have no patience.
Oh my gosh, well, if you start catching fish, rapid fire catching fish.
I've never caught
get
a single
addicted.
fish.
Neither has he.
I've never
He's
caught
never
a
caught
Okay,
a
race
fish
is
either.
on.
Yeah.
It's
What's
on.
so funny is I've gone fishing so many times, and I've been taken to short side story. I went to Alaska one time where they take you to a lake with like 10,000 salmon that they put in there, and I'm on a boat with 5 other people.
Yeah.
They're all catching fish.
You
like,
got
like it's nothing.
0.
You catch 1 fish.
No
the whole
fish
time.
for
no,
TJ.
No fish the whole time.
It's an energy
All right,
thing,
so the
really.
race is on between us then.
Yeah.
First one to catch
Yeah.
a fish wins.
They know.
nothing.
Wins.
They know I'm
They win nothing.
waiting for them.
Get bragging rights, and that's it.
That's funny.
So I'm super excited to talk about your music, especially since it comes recommended by a friend. Shout out Steve.
Yeah, Steve.
Hey,
Steve.
What is the lore behind PixiePunk, and how did you guys meet and like come up with this group?
Oh, awesome.
We met in Costa Rica in 2019. So we were both part of like this online writers group, and we had this writing workshop in Costa Rica that was like, you know, an exclusive invite, whatever. And he missed his flight. I knew of him. Yeah. I knew of him through the group, but I just knew of him online. At this point, I was living in Texas. And so I'm in Costa Rica. essentially just waiting for him to get there because I'm so impressed with his writing, and I'm just like, I need to meet this guy. He's just impressive. He's an impressive writer, and I just felt like a connection already. He missed his stupid flight, so I'm like, where is this guy? I'm so annoyed right now.
Great first impression.
Yeah. But anyway, he got on the next one apparently, and I was the first person. I make fun of myself so much. I was such a pick-me girl. I was the first person when he got out of the van to shake his hand. I was like, "Hi, I'm Lindsay. Like, nice to meet you. I've been waiting a And anyway, he played it super cool, and like, it wasn't until a couple months later I moved to LA. He had just moved to LA. I moved to LA August 2019, that we started writing together. And I remember telling him shortly after a few writing sessions, like, hey, I want to be your partner. Like, let me be your partner. Let's do something. And yeah, that's my take on it. I forgot the question.
Tell me your lore.
Our lore. Yeah, I think Lindsay was such an incredible songwriter. And I had a lot of music, and I had my band in New York, and I think we were both really just searching for each other and didn't really know it. When we
That's so cute.
Yeah, I think when we went to Costa Rica, we were really like following our individual truths, and we started writing with everybody. It was really cool. We got a chance to write with some really awesome producers and collaborate with a lot of people in LA. But we kept writing together, and it just was something magical about the songs we kept making, and it was something so honest and real and bigger than us too. I think there was like no ego in the room when we were writing. It was really about the message and what served the song and what we wanted to say, and it just kept happening. And I think also what was realized, like the real lore, like through that, was like both in my life as an individual and her life. Like we grew up completely different. I grew up in New York, she grew up in Texas. And there were so many parallels between just the culture she grew up in and the culture I grew up in, and everybody just wanting you to live in their story and wanting you to be what they expect of you. And for me, it was, I needed to be a businessman, and I needed to be on Wall Street. And if I wasn't Tony Soprano, I'm a loser. And for her, it was, a housewife. And if she wasn't,
Are you an Italian Catholic, TJ?
Yeah.
He actually is.
Yeah, so that stereotype. I think, and even in the music industry, they wanted me to be a certain thing. A lot of the producers we were working with, and they wanted Lindsay to be a certain thing, and I think our partnership was kind of like a revolution to some capacity, definitely personally, and it was like we're gonna do this, and we're gonna choose to do this, and we're gonna write our own story. That's really, I'd say, the lore, with everything. And that's what the music's really about, is not conforming to the stories and the systems that, are opposed on all of us, and writing your own story. So, yeah.
Very well said.
I love it.
It's pretty long-winded.
No, it's good. It's good.
Right.
No, I asked for lore. That's what I wanted. You said in one of your posts that PixiePunk wasn't a plan, but a breaking point. Can you tell me a little bit more about that?
Well, there's a lot of history behind the music that we make together. And like he said, he started this project in New York well before we knew each other. And I had my own thing going on before we met each other as well. So actually in 2019, when we partnered up, we kind of revitalized his group in New York. It was called Mercury Architects.
Which wasn't the plan. Like, I kind of shelved that entirely to go to LA, and be a collaborator and like be a writer and be an artist still, but I wasn't thinking. The band used to be called Mercury and the Architects in New York.
Okay.
And we started and she just got it. Like she whereas a lot of, I feel, the other people I was working with, again, was trying to like shape me and us into like other things. I remember she came to me one day and was just like, this is amazing. I want to do this with you. And I just was like, what? That doesn't even...
I was your number one biggest fan before we even knew anything about each
we
other.
love being forward.
Yeah.
I'm so like...
It was very humbling and eye-opening to me. And I think it was a breaking point in... Like what we were saying, it wasn't the plan. Like her plan was to do her music. My plan was to help her do her music. And I was doing a project called Realm at the time too, which was awesome music. But it was all for like TV and Sync. And it was all like for it's not why I set out to make music.
Right, it's
I
like
set
for
out to
other people.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
right, and which is awesome. And anybody that does music for sync is such an artist, and it's amazing. But you're putting lyrical content to serve the advertisement most of the time, or to serve the film.
Right.
And,
I
like,
see, okay.
music to me has been this like very personal, spiritual, like it's my movie. I just felt so torn at that, and so did she. Like,
Yeah.
we were both working on these sync projects. It's like, this is not really, we're doing it for money. We're doing it for, not why we got into this,
I
which was
see,
personal
gotcha.
freedom and
Yeah.
liberation. And I think it was a breaking point when COVID happened and everything just like aligned, where the music was important. It felt like we needed to get it out there. This is something that people need to hear right now. And yeah, I think it was amazing how, like, a lot of our journey so far,
Yeah.
we always have a plan, and then God and the universe like does this and is like, no, you're going in this direction, and it ends up being
Yeah.
like that's where we were supposed to be the whole time.
Right. And
So-
it's funny, like I like the word plan and breaking point, because just looking back, like when we were going against our true selves, it felt like we were working 10 times as hard as we are now.
Yeah.
Like
yeah.
it felt like we were spinning so many wheels and balancing so many things and
And trying to
virtually
fit
not
in.
really
That's-
getting anything.
That's really
Yeah.
the thing. I think that both me and her have, again, people have always expected us to be a certain type of way,
Right.
and we're not. And the music isn't like not on purpose. It just doesn't really fit in
Right.
the rock genre or
Yeah.
this genre. It's like
Yeah.
Rap genre.
or the rap genre.
Right.
And I think that that's like been the hard thing
Yeah.
in this world we live in for like my whole life, is trying to fit in when like I don't really even want to fit in. Like,
Yeah.
and I shouldn't have to fit in.
So not
Like,
good at it anyway.
Yeah.
Like we suck.
I'm like the world's worst chameleon, like
Right, yeah, exactly.
You can only make it for so long, and then it starts.
Right, exactly.
Totally, yeah.
So I'd say that was the breaking point, was trying to constantly fit in and play this
Yeah.
game like of politics with people, and just realizing it's like at the end of the day, like, this person sees me, and I know who I am, and that's all I need. I just needed to be awakened to my own sense of self, and that's what I think our coming together really did. Like,
Right.
She helped me see myself, and I hope, and I think I helped her see who she really is. And that's the other thing we always say, like, I can do my own music and she can do her own music, but what we've done together is something like so unique, and so I wouldn't say like better, but in my eyes, like, I'd rather do what we're doing, and it's not a sacrifice, but in certain ways, like, yeah, it would be easier in certain ways for Lindsay to just take her guitar
Sure,
and
yeah.
play her songs, and people would get it right away and they'd
Right.
understand. And same thing for me, it'd be easier for me to just be like a rapper or just like a rock
Okay.
artist, and I think people get pretty confused with PixiePunk sometimes. They're like, it's a guy, it's a girl, it's punk, it's not punk, like,
It could be rap.
it could
They're
be-
singing.
right, yeah, and that's like what I think is important for art right now, is to break the mold. And
Totally. Yeah.
I think that, like, personally, those are the artists that I've always loved, is the artists that you couldn't really, like, we were talking about Bob Dylan earlier, like,
Yeah.
they called him a folk artist in the movie we were watching yesterday, his biopic, like, but he would never, he wasn't a folk artist, he was an artist, and I
Right.
think that the world and corporations and just the human mind itself, we're always trying to, like, label people and box them in
Yeah.
and keep them that way, and to our own detriment,
Right.
all of us.
No, I agree completely.
Yeah.
PixiePunk is definitely not a comfort zone of anybody that. It's you gotta be out of your comfort zone in order to, like,
And that's the point.
fully embrace PixiePunk. Yeah.
Out of your comfort zone is where the cool people live, is what I've come to find.
There you
So,
go.
Yeah.
not a bad thing.
Yeah.
And I'd love to hear more about your most recent single, Cheers to the View. Tell me a little bit more about that one.
Awesome.
Yes. Okay, so Cheers to the View has a really cool, like, what's the word? Story?
Backstory?
Origin story.
Yeah.
Lore?
There you go, Lord.
Yeah.
No.
I had a song called Dresses and Dragons from years ago.
Well, that sounds awesome.
It's really cool.
a
I'll have
really
to play
good
it. I'll have to play it for you sometime. But I took the backtrack of it, brought it to him to a writing session one time. We were just listening to the backtrack, and he was like, this is actually really like an inspiring track here. So we started writing over the song Dresses and Dragons. I have a video of this writing session that we had.
That's so cool.
And it's so iconic.
It was after the fire, right? When we were driving through, like a couple weeks before, we were driving through.
Oh, right.
That's kind of where it came from.
Very early on, like my first year of being in California, there was the fires, of course, and just apparently that was a normal thing. I was freaking out. I was driving him home one night from a session at my place, and a mountain was literally on fire.
It like Mordor.
It looked like Mordor, and the car filled up with smoke, and we were dying. I literally had to grab this dirty towel from the back of my car that my dog had sat on and like wrap it around my head because I was getting dizzy. Drove him home through the smoke, got home, and the next time that we got together, we were like, let's like write about, that was very apocalyptic, that scene. Let's like write something about the end of the world. If the world had ended, like what got us there, And so yeah, I don't remember if we started writing Cheers to the View, the concept, before we started singing over the Dresses and Dragons track.
All I know is it was right before COVID. It was like
four months
before COVID happened. And I think even from a breaking point standpoint, that was like happened with like 3 or 4 songs. Like they kind of ended up like that song, Autopilot, Pull the Plug, I think. All of them happened, and then the world got locked down, right? I felt like the messaging of the songs were so like reflective of the times to some capacity.
Right.
And yeah, like Cheers to the View, I'd say it's like kind of just gets into what we're all doing right now, which is watching the world burn, and we can't do anything about it, And I think that's like what we felt at the time, and what we all still feel right now is like that we all have a front row seat, and we're all getting high and drunk in our rooms while, people are starving and all over the world. And how do you sit with yourself? How do you look yourself in the mirror?
Right.
And I think it's interesting. Yeah. So we actually released that song in 2021.
2021.
Yeah. As Mercury and the Architects.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, I see.
And then, long journey since then, rebranded as PixiePunk, reproduced it with Kenny Carkeet, finally brought it to the level where we're like, this is how we always wanted it to sound. And then when we went to go release it, it was right after the LA fires that just happened again. So it was so...
Wow, I didn't make that connection.
It was 4 years later
Yeah.
from when we wrote it, and it was still so relevant.
Yeah, the world is still burning.
Yeah.
Almost worse.
Yeah, exactly.
It was worse.
Yeah.
Yeah, so, and I think to some capacity, like, we were always so frustrated when we were releasing as our prior band name, and all these things happened. We partnered with this executive and a couple executives, and it kind of didn't work out, and they were promising things that, didn't fully happen, and at the same time, like I was saying before, it's kind of like everything in our journeys really happened for a reason. And I think like...
I love when that happens.
Yeah, I think like, more people have heard this song now than they did then. And I think it's more important now. And this was the time it needed to come out,
It was always a special song, There was always the one that people were like, there's something very special about that song. And
yeah,
I'd say that's like our close... That's
one
our
of
baby.
and I'd say that that's the song too, that like when we wrote it, we were both so excited
Right.
about like what we were doing was very special. It was like we were writing with so many different people, but like that was when that happened, it was like there's something going on here that just I've never experienced before with somebody else. It was the music and this chemistry, and I think it was another like notch in that breaking point of like, again, both of us kind of not wanting to do this, and not wanting to. Of course, we wanted to do this, but I think it just was not in her story or my story. It wasn't allowed. We weren't allowed to be together and do this music, in so many ways. And yeah, Cheers was another like our souls and our spirit just being like, you guys are meant to do this,
Right.
Yeah. And like also too, like the other music I was doing was like very angry. It was very like...
I get that.
Yeah, it was very like... It was really
It was really good, though.
It was really good. I really love it. It's great gym music, but like the messaging was like too aggressive and like I don't know.
You said great gym music.
Yeah.
My dad has an angry playlist that he puts on when he works out.
Yeah, for sure.
Stuff
like
fits right in that. It's so good.
it's important for that. I just think like there's 120,000 songs uploaded every day.
Yeah.
It's the world doesn't need new music. It needs the music that it's missing and the music that is going to heal more. I think that's the intention, even if it's one person that understands that and feels that way.
I like that.
Because it heals us, and that's really the thing. I think that's the intention we come from. And yeah, it felt different and weird when I wasn't writing from that intention. When I wasn't writing from this place of like a mantra or an affirmation, like I would want to sing this over and over again to myself. Do I want a kid or anybody out there listening to this over and over and over again? How would I feel about that? And I think in general, like what is the lore with PixiePunk? Like that's what we want to inspire. Like what is like healthy lyric. But yeah, I think, the intention is everything. And I think like if we want to inspire anything, it's like the intention of like you have a responsibility as an artist, towards yourself and the people that are going to listen to your work. And yeah, I think it's something we've always taken like pretty serious. Like, why are we making this, and what is the value or effect it's gonna have on someone else?
Right.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. No, I love that. And we've I think we talked about this before we started recording, but you both are songwriters, which I think is super cool because I've been trying to write a song and I don't know how to do that.
Aww.
But anyways,
yeah.
What does your songwriting process look like? Like, do you start with the words? Do you start with the music? Tell me how you work that.
It's perfect because he picks up where I lack and vice versa.
Yeah, totally.
I feel like that's why our
Good team.
Our partnership was so strong at first is because I am very melodically led and he is very lyrically led.
Mm-hmm.
So like when we go into a writing session, a lot of times he'll want to have a concept and I don't want to have the concept. I want to see what jumps into my brain through the music, but it's both like, I'd say we're very spiritual writers. Like,
yeah, it's very primal.
It is very primal. And the way that we work together, we've really nailed it down now. In the beginning, we had to smooth out some kinks, so we had to get used to how the other person worked.
I'll be honest too. I think writing it, when you're collaborating, it's pretty intimate. And I think that we're pretty psychic, when we write. And I think that I haven't had a writing partner that makes it better. LYNZI makes it better. LYNZI helps find things I would never find and melodies I would never hear. But I'd also say this, that it's never really us writing the song. And that's, I think, you are, and anybody that's doing art. Again, it's God, spirit, universe, whatever, something is doing it, because there's so many times we try and write a song and we're like, oh, it needs to be and then it just writes itself. It just kind of, and the more I think for us, the more you open yourself up to that, the more it happens. And the more you're trying to figure out how to write a song and you're trying to be the one that is writing the song, you're getting in the way.
You got to give up the control.
Yeah,
you do.
And we help each other with that so much. I think when I write by myself, it's such a bleeding, I'm at war with myself type of thing. Cause you're just
there's way more second guessing.
Yeah, did you ever read
Yeah.
Did you ever read The Artist's Way by Julia Cameron? Awesome book. A book that really I would credit for a lot of our philosophy when it comes to writing. And I think that it talks a lot about the judge and the inner artist, and we're constantly split and at war with each other. The thing that's preventing you from writing is your own judgment towards what you're writing. And when you're by yourself and you're trying to write, just your story, it's so different when we come together. I feel like my ego has to leave the room, and
that makes sense.
Yeah, and because of that, it's more spiritual. It's something else, kind of the other day we wrote a song with her brother that it was just primal. It was it wrote itself in 30 minutes.
That's crazy.
And it was very she was like, oh no, you gotta say this. And I was like, oh, no, I think it's this.
And I'd be like, no.
And it's really how it feels. And I think like that's another thing. So many times when I'm writing something and I think it sounds good in my head, and then I sing it out loud, and it really all comes down to like, how does it feel in my body? And like, that's like the test, or like the compass. I love talking about songwriting like this. Like I feel like we can talk about forever, but like the songwriter's compass, like I think is something that people don't understand, that you're an expert in music. How many hours of music have you listened to in your life? More than 10,000, right?
A lot.
Yeah. Okay.
Expert.
Right. So
A lot.
so you're a lot. You know what you like and what you don't like way more than you think you do. I think mostly when we're writing, it's just trial and error of taste. Like it's
That's
like
super valid.
yeah. It's like, okay, what about this line? Nah, I don't like that.
Right.
It's like, what about this line? Ooh, I like that. And just trusting your taste and trusting that you know that the things that you like, other people will like them. So if you make something for you, chances are
Someone's got
someone
to relate
else
to it, right?
Exactly.
I've always really, songwriting to me has, again, always been such a spiritual thing. It doesn't make sense to me. Like, there is skill, but it is a level of like releasing, like you said, relinquishing control and just seeing what happens and trusting that like you have the capability to say something, right? Like,
And is it gonna happen?
is it going to happen? And it does, as long as you don't force it. Anytime that I've sat there and really tried to force something, it doesn't work. It doesn't work like that. Walk away, go eat something, even spend 3 days listening to other music. It'll come to you. Like,
She's something. I mean, I think that like there are many songs I've written in that way where it kind of just flows through me. I'm not thinking so much and the words are coming out, but I can't tell you that her, like, I've seen it happen so many times with her where she just picks up the guitar and the whole song comes out and the lyrics come out and everything, and she doesn't even know where or why. And I think like it's God breathed to some capacity. Like there's so much you can learn, and there's so many skills that you could pick up. And I've worked with a lot of writers who have the formulas and have all this, but there's that one thing that can't be taught that LYNZI has. And I think if I can, sometimes I hope I pick it up from her a little, but yeah, I think that's been a fascinating part of our breaking point too, is I think working with so many amazing craftsmen and skilled writers, where there's like, yeah, there's another factor to it that's like
right.
the spiritual factor
Yeah.
that I think is so, it's almost impossible to understand and explain it. And I don't know. And that's why I write songs, I think, to try and figure it out,
But if you're interested in like in songwriting and like delving into songwriting, like there's all different kinds of avenues that could work. You just don't know which type of learner you are, right? There's different types of learner in
definitely.
school. Like if it were up to me, every single time when we write a song, like just turn the microphone on, put on some inspiring chords, something just very basic, piano chords, guitar chords, a loop, I don't care. Put something on and put that thing on repeat, turn the microphone on and push record. After like 7 minutes, we're gonna have something really cool. Like that's how I want to go on the microphone and flow and like.
And there's just no.
It's a very vulnerable thing.
Yeah.
Versus
Yeah.
like, I'd say TJ is more of a pen to paper type of writer.
Okay,
So,
I get
like,
that.
Even before the music exists, he's already thinking about the message.
I think that's what I've been trying to do.
Well,
Yeah.
it works for some and it doesn't work for everybody else.
And then I'm like the lyrics are like the root, and I'm trying to shape the song around
Based
what I
on the
want to
lyrics.
say. Versus
Okay.
it's the opposite with her, where the melody and the song is the root, and then we're trying to find the lyrics and
Right.
But there's no wrong or right way.
No, there's not,
And
yeah.
I think what's cool too is
We've
like
done it both ways.
Yeah,
Done it a blend of both ways.
yeah, and it comes out
Yeah.
it comes out different every angle you approach it with. Like sometimes even you could write a song on the guitar.
Yeah.
You write a song, like she said, finding a cool loop over something. The end result is entirely new and different. I also think that the world has changed a lot with music production, and like Carole King and a lot of these people, they used to sit at the piano and write these songs, and whereas now a lot of, like, from our experience, even like with sessions in LA and stuff, it's like very producer artist combo where like the producer creates a beat and then the artist is going to top line and create the song on top of the beat, which is amazing. And we've gotten so many amazing songs like that. But I think that like, yeah, I've always been super passionate about like making all the music and everything around the song and really design like when you start from just that melody or just that lyric.
Yeah.
I think the possibilities are just so endless and like more creative. I found when we're not writing over a beat or we're just writing over chords or a lyric or something. It's more us, I guess.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
No, that makes sense for sure. No, you're good.
13 minutes
I know.
left.
We got
So
this, guys.
long-winded, sorry.
TJ, is that how you also write your rapping bits, or do you
Yeah.
freestyle that?
It's both. It's a little bit of both. I'd say like from a freestyle standpoint, I find the rhythms and I'll find some words here and there.
Okay.
But like I'm very meticulous with the words. Like I don't want to waste a line. I don't
That's
want to
fair.
waste a word. I like some of my favorite rappers and favorite singers of all time. Like what inspired me is I'm a music lover and I love certain songs when I was a kid. And then I'd hear a line and I'm like, Lil Wayne, like why didn't you like? Why'd you get lazy with that one or whatever? And I don't know. I've always been inspired to like make the music I want to hear. So yeah, I think sometimes it's freestyle, but yeah, I really care about what we're saying.
Super important.
If he's
Yeah.
if he's like dead set on like a certain line, you would go insane hearing his process and like forcing that like
You go like
trying
around that
99
line.
melodies to like
Well, right. Yeah.
over and over.
I always say this.
over.
I always say this. So many writers and producers will talk about writer's block and like when you get stuck. And
Yeah.
Like, oh, like everyone's solution is like, oh, I get stuck, I go for a walk or like I step away. And that's been something that like is so important and I've tried to incorporate more and more. What I've realized though in general, and I think it works like this in a lot of different things, is like there's been so many nights where like I'm stuck on a line and I'm so stubborn that like I won't give up on it and I'm trying every possible combination and I should have went away and I should have walked away, but all of a sudden at 2 a.m. after trying 100 different combinations, I finally get it. And I think like that process has taught me a lot. Like I think every song that we've ever made can be turned into something amazing. And to me, writing and creating is like sculpting versus a lot of people will just like, oh, it's not good enough. Okay, throwing it out,
Oh, okay.
And like even with like her brother brought us a song the other day and like I think we made it better. And like I think that that's I don't know.
I love
something
it.
I'm
Yeah.
super passionate about.
I'm more like I build the walls and then he paints them.
Okay, I got you.
Yeah.
No, that's
cute.
great. And that's like a beautiful collaboration.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah,
it really
very
works.
lucky that way.
Yeah.
Shifting gears ever so slightly, if you had to dress like a pixie or a punk for the rest of your life, which one would you choose?
That's
Pick
great.
the 1,000,000%.
That's- yeah, I'd choose a pixie too. No,
It'd be easy.
even that, PixiePunk, like it means a lot of things, and I think we like to keep it open for like what people want to think it means, but on its very root level, like she used to call me punk and I used to call her pixie, and like that's really where it comes from more than anything.
Just our nicknames.
He
He is a punk, so.
Despite how I'm dressed today, I think I would actually go punk.
There you go.
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. And then, so the last thing I do is artist ask artist. So the last guest I had on has a question for you.
Cool.
And then you guys get to ask a question for
Oh,
my
I love
next
that.
guest.
Okay.
So the last guest I had is Keith Sanders of the Austin band Brother Thunder.
Cool.
And he would like to know Fruity Pebbles or Fruit Loops.
Ooh.
And in his mind, there is a correct answer.
I will tell
I
you what
agree.
the answer is.
I'm a Fruit Loops person.
You're wrong.
Oh.
It's Fruity Pebbles. The Fruit Loops cut up your mouth.
Wow.
Fruity Pebbles, like, is
Kind of
just-
like the way it cuts my mouth up, as crazy as it is.
Yeah,
That's a
weird.
punk answer.
It is, right?
Yeah, he's scary like that.
Or Apple Jacks. They remind me of Apple. They're not the same.
Wasn't an option.
It wasn't even
Totally
an option.
different.
But Fruity Loops is reminding me of that Apple Jacks existed, which I forgot. That
Come
was
on,
even
Fruity
a thing.
Pebbles, you can hear the sound of them hitting the bowl. It's so satisfying. Just the satisfying rain of Fruity Pebbles.
What's in that? That's the real question. What is
I don't
in Fruity
know
Pebbles?
what's
Is that our
Either of
question
them.
to the
Well,
next
but-
artist?
But do you know what's in Fruit Loops either though?
Nope.
Oh,
Because I don't.
Nope. We
I don't know what's in
actually
either of
don't.
them.
it's probably the same parent company.
Yeah. What?
Yeah, they're
Eat
probably
it.
the exact same thing.
I ate a lot of that. Somehow I'm still here.
Exactly, right?
All the cereals I lived on.
Okay, what's our
It could be about music, or it could be about literally anything. I don't care.
Well, you have to come up with the question.
I feel like you're doing like a mind meld right now.
I knew he was gonna throw it to me.
I'm definitely throwing it to you. I don't know what to ask.
Would you rather be able to hop like a frog, but like the size of a human frog?
Okay.
Okay, so like you'd be able to hop pretty high and,
Yeah.
longer distance than a regular frog.
Okay.
Say from here to there, to and fro. Or would you rather be able to breathe underwater for, say, like 5 to 10 minutes at a time?
Ooh, that's a good one.
What a question.
I don't know if frogs can breathe underwater.
I was just gonna ask that.
I know maybe they started off that way and then they graduate.
I've been seeing a lot
I mean,
of
they could go
frogs.
in water.
They could
so
go in
we'll
water.
count- we'll
We're
count
gonna
that.
assume. Oh, and then I wanted to plug our show.
Yeah. Last section is for shameless self-promo.
Oh,
So
great.
plug anything.
Oh, okay,
Where
good.
can people find you?
You can find us on Instagram, PixiePunk.music, PixiePunk.music. Spotify, PixiePunk. Find us at 29th Street Ballroom on October 4th. We are opening for a pretty great show that night. I think the doors open at 7. Opening for Millionaires. It's going to be super fun. So, yeah.
We got our new single.
We'd love to see you guys. Yeah, we've got a new single.
I did see
well,
that.
it already
I
dropped.
Did see that.
Right. Well,
The
when
single already
this
dropped.
episode comes out.
When this episode comes out.
Well, yeah, Feed the Wildfire.
Feed the Wildfire. Go check it out. And, yeah. We love you guys.
Incredible.
Yeah. Thanks so much for having me.
And thanks
Yeah,
for having
thank you
us.
for joining.
We're like new friends already.
I know, we have
Yeah.
so much stuff to do now.
Yeah, we've got a lot of things to
You
do.
do.
We got.
Also, like, on the record, TJ, you have beautiful eyelashes, and I'm
Does
really
he
jealous.
not?
What
He
the
does.
heck?
He has the kind
Why do
size.
boys always have the best eyelashes? And
I've never gotten
It's
that
actually the most annoying thing in the world, isn't it?
all
They have
guys
the
have
best
better
eyebrows.
eyelashes.
I know. I mean, not eyebrows, eyelashes.
I think I have good eyebrows.
You have great
But I wish I had
eyebrows.
TJ's
You really
eyelashes.
do. You
so,
really do.
You know. Anyways.
I wish I had TJ's eyelashes.
Wow, thank you. That's gonna be my.
Look, he's glowing now.
That's all for today's episode, guys. Thank you so much for listening. You can find PixiePunk's information in the description box, and if you're local like I am, you can catch them at the 29th Street Ballroom on October 4th. Quick announcement, the podcast will be posting every week in October, kicking it off with one of my favorite bands, Attaboy, and some very cool spooky guests will be joining me on the off weeks. Make sure you're following on all platforms because you do not want to miss this.